मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਮੰਡੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਐਨਆਰਆਈਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਮਸਤੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੇਰੂ ਕਲਾਸਿਕ ਦੇ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਵਾਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ we're here at the Sheru Classic finals and we've managed to attract all sorts of people and most surprisingly Bollywood has started to get involved. With me now is an actor you'll recognize especially if you've watched the recent Sholay remake. Prashant Raj, who played the role which Amitabh made famous in the original, is with me now. Well done, Prashant. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sasrikam. It's actually a pleasure speaking with you. To all the viewers back home, it's great to be here. As you know, it's a historic moment, bringing an international event like this to India. And I know the brothers who have put this together, Sheru and Hemant, really well. And I'm just extremely proud of what they've done. So it's actually great to be here today.
How does the fitness craze recently interlink with Bollywood? I mean, we're seeing everyone's making a six-pack in Bollywood, from Hrithik to even people who are not action actors, like you got Ritesh Deshmukh, who's primarily a comic actor, right? And so everyone apart from Govinda is making a six-pack. So what is the big craze with fitness?
I think it's a little misconstrued. Acting has got very little than with just having a six-pack. But for some reason, I think that we are very taken in by the West. I mean, we always have been. And fitness in India is about as recent as 15 years old. I mean, it's great to look really good. The whole concept of fitness is to be fit, to feel good about yourself. But this new concept of building a six-pack first and then getting into acting, I think is just plain silly. I feel personally that if your character or your role requires to be beefed up or to be bulked up, like I have a lot of regard for like Amir Khan.
Yeah.
His role in Gajni required him to play that crazy psychotic guy. Yeah. And he did something which was remarkable, that he built a great physique with his six-pack, and I think it showed dedication to the character. And you have a lot of like veterans of acting. If you watch Raging Bull, for example, you see Robert De Niro, who is fat like a blimp. Yeah. And then in the beginning of the film, he's ripped as a boxer should be. So I feel that it's very important to understand and be an actor first, then to go ahead and create that physique. But having said that, it's a revelation in India that all the youngsters are taking it so seriously and taking it up so well, the whole concept of fitness and working out. So I think it weighs itself out. I mean, it's got its pros, it's got its cons, because some youngsters, they're so taken in by various physiques and the whole six-pack that they go ahead and use some substances that might affect them later on. Right. So it's very important to have your head on your shoulders at all times.
If you look at the old heroes, you have in the old films, you have Rajesh Khanna, Dharminder, the Nord Khanna, and old Rishi Kapoor, for instance. Physique wasn't really a prerequisite. If you said to these guys make a six-pack, they probably wouldn't, throughout their whole life, they've probably never seen their six-pack. But now it seems every actor, it also seems as if it's a requirement to get into Bollywood. So if you haven't got a good physique, then you're not really going to make it.
I feel that that's the biggest misconception. It's been ingrained into people's head that is the requirement. Like you rightly said, like look at Shashi Kapoor and look at Shami Kapoor. Yeah. I mean, those guys never had. In fact, Shami Kapoor was a bit body, if you ask me. But what a great, tremendous performer. More than just having a physique, he had charm, and I think as an actor, it's important. I also feel that like for example, you have someone like John Abraham or you have someone like Salman Khan. Yeah. It's actually the body is for the men. Like men like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Women, they really don't. They like someone who's like a lean body.
Like a chocolate hero.
Something like that. But not like someone who's rippling with muscle and having their veins pop out. I mean, it's not attractive to the women. Women like something which is slightly more softer. But of course, like not someone who's like a pillow or like a cushion or is like really big and pudgy. But like I said, it's very, very important to actually be fit so that you feel good about yourself. So that when you're on camera, you're confident because your insides, are good. So it's just something that people really need to understand.
Tell us about how hard it is to get into Bollywood, because you debuted with the likes of Ajay Devgan, Amitabh Bachchan, Mohanlal, who's a great actor in himself.
Sushmita Sen. Really opposite me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and how hard was it for you to get in there? There's a lot of people, there's a big craze in the UK and US and Canada for youngsters to come to Mumbai and to try and make it here. It's almost like living the dream or trying to achieve a dream. But in reality, how hard is it to get that break?
It's very, very difficult. The industry, the Indian film fraternity is something which is like watertight. It's very close-knit. To break into that, especially if you're an outsider, like I'm a complete outsider. I'm not a Khan, not a Kapoor. I don't have much.
You haven't got a famous dad?
No, I don't have a famous dad, unfortunately.
You didn't have any backing or?
None of that. And it's actually a very funny story because I actually came from the modeling background.
Right.
And I won Miss India in 2004. And there were 30 guys who had been finalized all across India, like 15,000 guys. And there was only one guy who didn't want to get into Bollywood, and that was me, because I knew that it's so tough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. I want to do this successfully and then branch out into something else.
Yeah.
But I always feel that we all have a certain path set up for ourselves, but there's someone up there who has the path already chalked out for you. And all you need to do is believe in that, believe in yourself, and walk that path. I met Ram Gopal Verma because one of his ADs knew me,
right.
And it was a very impromptu audition, and I had no idea what I was doing there, sitting next to the jury film director. And he really liked my audition, and after that is when he told me that, do you know that what I'm casting you for, what I'm thinking to cast you for? I'm like, no. He goes, do you know I'm remaking Sholay? I said, yeah, I've been reading about the newspaper. Because I'm considering you for the role of Jack. I'm like, what? Really?
This iconic role in Indian cinema.
Exactly, so that's unbelievable. And just one thing led to the other, and within 4 years of meeting him, I was splashed in like every newspaper in the country, and suddenly everybody knew who Prashant Raj was, and I was doing the film. So I feel that there's a little bit of luck involved. ये बोलते ना ये मुकद्दर, exactly. It's predestined. So I would always say that each one of us has our dreams, and we should never give up on that. You should definitely try to the fullest, but then you should keep a certain kind of a limitation or have something else going for yourself as well, because it's very, very important. The livelihood comes from that.
Is it easy to get carried away with all the hype and the hysteria?
Absolutely.
So how did you keep a reality check?
It was actually
mum and dad.
mom and dad, my sister, friends, family, and of course myself, because I've not been brought up in that environment.
Okay.
And
it was all new to you.
It was all new to me, but I did always keep my head on my shoulder. In fact, when the film didn't do well, of course, as you know that, a lot of my friends thought that isko bande do na sadma ho gaya, and pata nahi ki hoya, he's not thinking straight because he's so calm.
Pagal ho gaya.
He's so
depression
calm.
Ho gaya, no?
And I was like, listen, I went in there with nothing. It was a great experience to show with the greats, the likes of Amitabh Bachchan, Ajay Devgan, Sushmita Sen, Mohanlal. It was like,
it's not as if you had money invested in the project or anything like that.
I just went out there and did my best, and I was actually appreciated for what I did. So, I mean, I had it very clear that I was not the one who made the film. I was just acting in the film. I was just doing my job.
I mean, tell us about the experience. Obviously, you must have grown up watching Hindi films, and as I was, and then one minute you see these guys on screen, Amitabh Bachchan and Ajay Devgan, and the next minute you're actually acting with them. So tell me about that experience, and what did you learn? How much did you learn from these guys? And how do they treat you?
I never had formal training to acting, and everything I learned was on the job.
Right, so you didn't go any acting school or classes beforehand?
Nothing before that.
So it was Desi style, it just threw you in the deep end.
They just threw me in, and that's
a
the best
thorough.
way. That's the best way to learn how to swim. You just throw you in, and then you watch.
Yeah.
But I remember the first day that I met Mr. Bachchan. We were shooting in Filmistan, which is one of the big studios in Bombay. And I was told that today is the day that we're going to be having a shot with him. You're going to be introduced to him. And I was like I was excited. I was very keen to like meet him. I wasn't nervous at all. I was looking forward to meeting him.
Right. And liner practice kar rahe
nothing at all. In fact, I was introduced to him and I said, sir, it's an honor to meet you. Then I got talking with him and I said, sir, how do you feel that a complete novice like myself just picked up and I'm doing the role that you immortalized? How do you feel about that? He said, hey Raj, you know what? Don't worry about anything. I've heard good things from you from the director. Just go out there and do your best. So I was like, wow, if he is telling me that, then it should be okay. So I observed him. I think he's a great person to just learn from because, he's a no-nonsense person. He's got a great sense of humor. Okay. But I saw him...
And he's very... he's very professional.
Extremely professional, bang on time. Bilkul. I mean, when you see him, he's always like reading through his lines, doing something strange, playing around with his character. He really gets into it. And he's been doing this for so many years. Like he is like a maestro when it comes to acting and being in front of the camera. He can turn any role and make it shine. He's got the gift. He's remarkable as a human being as well.
What about Ajay Devgan?
Ajay Devgan is he's such a naughty guy. He's a prankster.
But he doesn't come across like that.
No, that's the best part. He comes across as someone so like noble and quiet and serene. We were shooting when we ladi laga di. We were doing a Diwali sequence. And I was like, what the hell is this? He just got up and ran. And he was like sitting in the corner snickering away. So that's him. Once you get to know him, he's a very lively person. Comes across as someone who is shy and reserved. But
comes across as, if we don't know him, comes across as like a moody, silent, brooding type.
Absolutely. No, but he's a gem of a guy. Very down to earth, very real, and again, very sincere actor. Very sincere.
Tell us about a typical day in an actor's life. So when you were on set, filming for Ram Gopal, how was your day composed of? Is it a lot of जो सानू इमेज मिलती है कि नहीं यार ये तो अपने कैरावान च बैठे रहंदे आ 4 घंटे वेले रहंदे आ
each day for me it was a 100-day shoot and it was like an amazing 100 days because I was first of all amazed that I had my own vanity van, my own bus.
अच्छा तुम देती अपनी van
Raj. I was like, wow. And I had my own staff, my own makeup guy, my own guy to like run around and get me stuff. All that was new to me. But I never like sat around in my van. I was always talking to people, whether it's the light guy, the camera guy, the DOP, the AD, the extras, the guy who brings food, tea. Like I chatted with like everybody because it was an insight because one thing I realized that anybody who works on a film set, they are so passionate. They're like you and me. They've grown up watching films. They want to be somehow connected with films, and that's what I love the most. It's like so much passion out of each one of them. Whether it's even the junior lighter who's just holding the thermocol for the light. I mean, it's just amazing because these guys, they live and breathe Bollywood. So it's like it was nice to be in the environment and. There was never a dull moment, ever shooting with these guys, ever.
So when the film came out, instant stardom, people began to know who you were.
The minute that I signed the film, people knew who I was.
Right.
I actually booked a theater for 300 people from all my friends, my family, my parents, friends, everybody. They flew in from various places. and they came to watch the film, and it was a great moment because you know, it was like 300 people that I know are watching my film, and when I watched the preview, when I watched the premiere, I wasn't nervous or scared or nothing. I was enjoying everything, the red carpet, you know, I was just like so new to it and felt so amazed at the reception that I got. But the day that I had the screening, I was shitting bricks, if I can say that.
Oh, you said it.
Exactly. I was really nervous because I know that someone I know well, they can't lie to me. I catch it in a second. I look at them in the eyes and I know what they mean. But strangely, they all said good things. They must have not liked the film in totality, but they really regarded the work that I put in as the first timer. And the greatest compliment that I got till date is when people said that, you know, it didn't look like it was your first movie. It seemed like you belonged there. And that was, for me, I realized, it instilled confidence to make me realize that, you know what, I am on the right path. For my second film, I got critical acclaim from the critics, which again they made me realize that, you know what, okay, I'm on the right path.
You're on the right path.
I just need to get into the right script, the right film, and things would work out the way I want them to.
So what next for Prashant Raj? I mean, you're spending a lot of time in USA, right?
Yes, I am. I was invited by a film and theatre institute in New York, and I thought it was a great time to venture out. And I was just trying to go for the 4-month course, but I got such a phenomenal and positive response from all the teachers and the deans that they convinced me that this is a great time to be in America as an Indian. And since I have what they call a diverse and versatile look, I should cash into that. And so I worked on getting my artist visa. I got picked up by a third largest modeling agency in New York, which is starting the film division. And I did some gigs with them. I shot for a very famous ad called "I Can't Believe It's Not Butter."
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have that in England as well.
Yeah. So plus I did some runway shows and some gigs, modeling gigs. But then I realized that if I want to do television and film, then LA is the place. And I moved to Los Angeles, and it's been very progressive. I've been there for 4.5 months. I have a great manager. The best thing about LA is that you can have a different representation for different things. Like I have a representation for my commercial work, print work,
modeling work, acting work.
Exactly, and I have a great manager as well. So I met with 2 very big channels for some television shows, and television shows abroad are at par with film.
Yeah, exactly.
They're unbelievable.
I think even now in India, the reality shows and the soap stars are just as big as Bollywood stars.
But you know, I've actually been part of the biggest reality show in the world called The Amazing Race.
Right.
So,
how did that feel?
Oh, that was crazy.
What did they make you do?
Oh my God, some crazy things.
Bungee jump?
No, just not bungee jump. I had to sky jump from the tallest building in New Zealand, which was 100 stories high, 99 stories high. And once you're up there, you know, God bless, and you say, but I said something really funny on TV. I said, this is for India. Like this, the leap of faith. But once you're so high up there, there are very few quick thoughts that go through your head. And one of them is, will I make it through this? Because you look down and you see like an entire golf course at the size of your palm. Small insects, like teeny insects. They're like moving around.
And they're slowly getting bigger.
No, tinier. Tinier. And well, that was one thing that I really enjoyed doing. But other than that, it was just an action-packed, adrenaline-rushed adventure reality show, which is something that is close to my heart because I represented India, and me and a partner, my friend, we went to 10 different countries, and I realized that traveling is the greatest education that you can get because you learn so much from different people, backgrounds, religion. You see things that you only like dreamt about or seen on television, and you're actually there. So it was a beautiful experience.
I suppose at the end of the day, in all this, you're just a young man enjoying life, right?
Actually, yes, but you know, I just feel that there's a lot of pressure and tension as well that comes with the territory, especially because there's a certain image, there's a certain idea that you have for yourself, and it's very important as an individual to see it come through, especially when you know that you have what it takes. So sometimes you really feel the pressure, but then again at times you have to realize that you can't keep looking to your right and your left. You have to focus on what's in front of you and what's been given to you and make the most of it.
What tips would you give people who are thinking of going out from the UK, US, Canada into Bollywood? What are the do's and don'ts?
Yeah. Firstly, learn Hindi.
Okay.
It's very important.
Hindi के बिना काम नहीं
Hindi
चलेगा.
से बिना काम नहीं होगा
Unless you're Katrina Kaif.
Unless you're I was just going to say that. But I think I would tell everybody that what I said earlier, that you should never give up on your dreams. I mean, you live life just once.
Yeah.
You should, like, growing old is bad, but growing old with regret is even worse.
Yeah.
So go out there, give it your best, keep a time frame, and if something is supposed to work out, it certainly will. You know, I'm a great believer in destiny, but I also feel that destiny is in your hand and what you make of it. So just never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams.
Are all the stuff we hear about Bollywood, is it all true that in relation to that it's a struggle to get to the top, you have to have your contacts, without contacts you can't get anywhere, and you know some people who are very talented, they never actually get the break, and they never get, and even though they're singers or actors, and that basically it's a very dog-eat-dog sort of world.
Absolutely it is, you couldn't have said it better. I feel that the whole thing about contacts, it's, I mean, it's a lot of focus certainly when you say contact to film, but I feel that contacts is everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the service, whether you're in a corporate world, wherever. I mean, contacts, connections, you know, when you muscle your way through and you push over somebody else to get to where you want to go. It happens all the time in every sphere of any kind of business. But of course, it definitely happens in the film world as well. I mean, sometimes it's sad that you lose out on talent based on just someone who's slightly more connected than you are. But like you said, it is a dog-eat-dog world, and it's even worse in the film industry.
You need to be prepared for a big battle.
You need to be prepared. I knew what I was signing in for when I got on the film. Ram Gopal Verma was a great teacher, a great mentor. I'll always respect him. A lot of people ask me this Fuddu question that, you know, your film didn't do well, but if Ram Gopal Verma, if you went back in time, would you still do it? I'd say if I went back in time 100 times, I would still do it.
So it's the experience that you got to have.
Absolutely, it is the experience. And he showed me a path which I never knew existed. And for that, I will always be grateful to him. So within those days of shooting, I learned a lot about how the film industry really works and what a layman thinks about the industry. There's a huge difference between the two.
एक चीज़ मैं पूछना चाहूँगा, ये इंडस्ट्री 20-30 साल पहले dominated by Punjabis. सारे पंजाबी, सारे तकरीबन पंजाबी से, especially the heroes.
Right.
And now भी उन्ना ही प्रभाव हैगा पंजाबियों का.
हाँ, बिल्कुल हैगा.
And Punjabis are still cam in Bollywood.
No, absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is.
We see people who do stuff for Punjabis in like obviously Dharamji, one of the family, and Akshay Kumar, both recently Punjabiyan को promote कर रहे हैं.
Oh, the Speedy Singh the film I see.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually want to go and see it.
Yeah, so it looks good.
Yeah, it looks like a fun movie. But I feel that because in the past there were like more Punjabi actors, like you probably feel that way. But I think that it's like a combination.
Yeah.
I mean, you have it's talent and it's your luck as well. It doesn't matter really what background. I mean, there's some like Gujarati Himesh Reshmiya dekho.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just depends on a combination of a couple of things.
Punjabi heroes famous. Punjabi heroines किधर दिसनी नहीं है.
Not so famous.
It's always a combination of a hero north ka
Absolutely.
and hero in south.
Correct. But I think somewhere I think the phase on that it keeps changing. Say maybe soon you'll have a Punjabi hero and a guy from the south. I hope that doesn't happen because that'd be really odd.
An odd movie.
Exactly.
Do you think that the Punjabis should still ਆਈਡੀਆ ਰੱਖਣ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਲੀਵੁੱਡ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਮੇਕ ਇਟ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਫॉर द पेरेंट्स आई मीन ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਾਪੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਐਕਟਰ ਬਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਬੰਬੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਨਸਟੈਡ ਆਫ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਯੂਜੂਲੀ ਥੱਪੜ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਐਂਡ ਹਾਊ ਡਸ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਸੇ ਮਾਪੇ
I come from that. Okay. I do. I know many people would know that, but my father is a hardcore corporate honcho. Okay. And it took him a really long time to realize that his son is not going to be like him.
He's not going to be sitting in an office and...
Exactly. So my argument was that if he used to like so many of my friends who used to do their MBAs and come to him for advice, so I would always feel that, you know, I think that he would rather have a son like that, and I was thinking I'd rather have a father like that, like Mahesh Bhatt or someone, you know. But I think it's about acceptance. I would tell all the parents out there not to like rope your son and strangle him or your daughter, but think about it very calmly, because at the end of the day, it's an individual's dream, and you can't squash that on you being insecure, because that's what it is. The parents will be parents, always worry about their kids. And I think that they probably realize how tough it is, but I still feel that they should give the benefit of the doubt and let them go and try. But I love Bollywood too much, and there's no way that I'm not going to come back. It's just this phase in my life which is like a roller coaster, and I'm just enjoying the ride right now.
Prashant, thank you very much. We wish you luck in the future.
Thank you.
And keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, all the viewers out there, and just keep the faith.
मैं ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਮੰਡੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap.